Drake Maye is one of the most exciting young players in the NFL today. But he has a problem because he's the only player on this team. So today we're going to spin this wheel full of NFL superstars until we build him a super team to win him his first Super Bowl. But my only problem is that I have just 1 hour to fill out this entire team to help Drake become a champion. Otherwise, I'll have to buy a Drake Maye jersey and do whatever the top comment says. So it's best if I hurry up and start building Drake a God Squad. Wheel spin number 1. Who is going to be the first player we add to Drake Maye's God Squad? It is going to be a tight end, Trey McBride. And Trey McBride is actually one of the best tight ends in the NFL right now. So we will gladly give Drake Maye an elite weapon at tight end for the first wheel spin. And we now have another player on this team besides Drake Maye, but he's a receiver right now because we have no receivers currently. Now these first couple wheel spins are just awesome because we don't have a single player on the team. So we could literally add anybody and I would be okay with it. That's wheel spin number 2 is going to be a defensive tackle. One of the highest overall defensive tackles in Madden 26. Chris Jones, you are now going to be a New England Patriot. I don't think Chiefs fans will be happy about that. And we now have our first player on defense. That's also our first X Factor added to the team, which there are going to be plenty more of those. With our next wheel spin being an X Factor himself in Sauce freaking Gardner. Now, many of you may not know this, but I used to work for Sauce Gardner. Back when he started a YouTube channel, I edited a few videos of his, and Sauce is finally freed from New York as he is now a New England Patriot. And we need to add some receivers because right now he is our wide receiver too. And I don't want to set Drake Maye up for failure. So if I could get a receiver so he does not have Sauce Gardner as his receiver. Oh, that looks like that's Jesse Bates. We were so close to Derrick Henry. But at the same time, I am not mad at all because Jesse Bates is the highest free safety in Madden 26. So we would gladly add him to this secondary that we just added Sauce Gardner to. And that's another X Factor added to this defense. We are 3 for 3. But I am still searching for a wide receiver for Drake Maye, but we will have to settle for Penei Sewell, which is not a bad settle at all because he is a 97 overall right tackle, and that is going to be our first addition to the offensive line. But I wouldn't have minded getting a skill position from the Lions because they have a lot of them. As we were 10 minutes down, and this is what our offense looks like. We currently have Sauce Gardner as wide receiver and Chris Jones at fullback. But outside of that, man, the defense looks pretty solid. We just need to add a lot more players. So with this next wheel spin, who are we going to add? We're going to add an elite weapon for Drake Maye. 99 overall, Justin Jefferson. Pack your bags, buddy. You're going to New England. You are going to be a Patriot. I'm not going to lie, bro. Why does Justin Loki have aura in a Patriots uniform? Look at our wide receiver 1, man. So inspirational. All right, well, we have our first receiver for Drake. What is going to be our next wheel spin? Are we going to get a halfback for Drake Maye? No, we are just going to be so close to adding Bijan. You know, this isn't a bad addition at all to the team right now, but later down the line, we're just going to get so much better edge rushers that like this really isn't gonna help. Like there are just so many better options at edge on this wheel. So it's suck. Come on, please give me CD. I don't want Harrison Butker when CD Lamb is right there. Well, that's our first edge moment of the video. Harrison Butker, bro. Like, welcome to New England, I guess. We got a superstar kicker, sure. Like, cool, man. We got a kicker and all, but I want a receiver like AJ Brown. Oh my God, they did my boy dirty. He's only an 89 overall nowadays. You hate to see that, but what you love to see is that we now have 2 X Factor receivers for Drake Maye. But we still need a lot more help on this team. As our next wheel spin is going to land us the best halfback in the NFL right now. 94 overall, Bijan Robinson. Buddy, you are now a New England Patriot. Let's go. Our offense is looking absolutely filthy right now with the weapons we have. We just need to upgrade the offensive line and upgrade maybe 1 or 2 more receivers. Yes, we are going to head over to the defensive side of the ball, right? Yes. And add Aiden Hutchinson. One of the best pass rushers in the NFL is now coming to New England. As we have just hit the 25-minute mark, and this is what the defense is looking like. Still a few empty roster spots. And same for the offense. We need to upgrade this offensive line now. If you haven't heard already, I'm trying to surpass the New Orleans Saints official YouTube channel in subscribers. So if you could, please subscribe if you do enjoy the videos. We do have Panay Sewell, which is cool, but like we need a lot more than just him. If we want to have a good offensive line, and we're going to add another Detroit Lion. This is now our third Detroit Lion added to the team, and my wish comes true. I wouldn't have minded getting a skill position from the Lions because they have a lot of them. As Amon-Ra St. Brown is a New England Patriot, baby. Now that is awesome. We got another weapon for Drake Maye. I just need to upgrade this offensive line. That's really all we need to do. Or we can upgrade the secondary. That is also an option, although we were so close to adding Puka Nacua. It's been a minute since we've added help to the secondary, to the defense, so we're going to do just that with Derek Stingley Jr. We finally add another elite cornerback to the defense, so Jesse Bates can now be our free safety. But our only problem is that we still have Justin Jefferson playing cornerback for us. So we still need more cornerbacks. We also need linebackers and more defensive ends, as we are going to either get a tackle or a defensive end, which we're going to get Trey Hendrickson. 92 overall Trey Hendrickson. Don't mind this addition at all. All right, next wheel spin. We're going to get, no way we're going to get Jamar Chase. We're going to add back-to-back Cincinnati Bengals, with this one being the best one we could have possibly added. Don't worry, Jamar, you are free. You will no longer have Jake Browning and Joe Flacco throwing you the football. But all these weapons are cool, but we still need offensive line help. I can't just keep adding all these receivers and not have an offensive line, as we're gonna add another elite pass rusher. 95 overall Nick Bosa. We add another stud to this defense. We still need linebackers, and we still need cornerbacks and safeties. And then on top of that, we need offensive line, and then we are set with our next wheel spin being another 49er. Come on, man. And we're staying on the trend of adding back-to-back players from the same team, as Fred Warner is now going to be a New England Patriot. As we now have our middle linebacker secured. We've got to hurry up, man. We only have 20 minutes left, and we still need to add a lot more players to this team, as we're going to add another halfback, which I don't mind. Well, Saquon's actually a 99 overall, so technically he's going to be our starting halfback. So I guess that wheel spin wasn't for nothing. But adding Saquon means nothing when our offensive line is god-awful. All right, well, you know what? Minkah Fitzpatrick, I don't mind that because we low-key doing the safety. And although you just got to Miami, Minkah, you are now coming to New England. And so right now our defense is looking pretty solid. We just need another Will and maybe another cornerback, because Justin Jefferson is still playing cornerback for us right now. But our only issue is that we're going to have 15 minutes left, a little under 15 minutes, as we get another cornerback, baby. Sorry, Justin Jefferson, you will not be Travis Hunter, because we're going to add Trey McDuffie to the team. But please, man. All right, we got defense figured out for the most part. I just need offensive line, man. I just need offensive line, not Micah Parsons, even though that's a great addition. A 98 overall edge rusher. Don't mind if I do. All right, 10 minutes left, and all we need is 4 more offensive linemen. We cannot have Trey McBride be our left tackle. So all I ask, Wheel, all I ask is that you just give me some offensive linemen. That's all I ask. That's all I ask, man. Come on. The Wheel is clutching up. The Wheel has game chat and can hear my cries, man. Chris Lindstrom is now our starting right guard. Well, I guess technically he's our starting left tackle, but you get the point. He is now on the offensive line, as our next addition is going to be Patrick Surtain, man. I can't even hate this. The reigning defensive player of the year just got added to the Patriots roster. Like, are you serious? Under 10 minutes, man. We still need a bunch more offensive linemen. As Zach Martin, bro, you're retired. Why are you still on this wheel? I am an idiot. That would have been perfect because he literally is an offensive lineman. But our next wheel spin is going to be another cornerback. Yep, it is. Back-to-back cornerbacks. I can't hate that, but I need offensive line. That is what I need the most. Please give me Creed Humphrey. Please, come on. But Creed Humphrey was exactly what I needed, and he is exactly what I get. So we just need 2 more offensive linemen. Otherwise, I'm going to have to sign the lowest overall free agents at that position. So please do not give... Oh, I thought we were going to get another offensive lineman. But nope. Poor me, man. I got to add a 95 overall superstar X Factor to the team. That sucks. Poor Drake Maye. Less than 5 minutes remain, and I need 2 more offensive linemen, but instead I'll get Kyle Hamilton. I actually don't know what's harder to believe. The fact that Kyle Hamilton's only a 91 overall, or the fact that the Ravens are like 1-5. We probably have time for 2 more wheel spins. So what is going to be our second to last wheel spin? It's going to be George Kittle. George Kittle, can you play offensive line for me, perchance? No, we can't, but Trey McBride can, though. And our last wheel spin of the day. Who's going to be the last player added to Drake Maye's God Squad is going to be our third and final running back. Would you look at that, man? Another San Francisco 49er added to the Patriots. As this is the team that we have built for Drake Maye through the wheel, our running back room is just insane. Honestly, every weapon on this offense is insane. And this might be one of the best defenses the wheel has built for a player in one of these videos. Like, our biggest issue is Alex Highsmith as our will, and that's actually still really valuable. So let's see, Drake Maye, can you lead the Patriots to the playoffs with this team? Of course he can, as they go 16-1. Our only league leader is Saquon Barkley, who finishes with 1,800 rushing yards and 22 touchdowns. Drake Maye threw for 3,900 yards and 34 touchdowns. Not a bad season. And his leading receiver was Jamar Chase with 1,000 yards, the only 1,000-yard receiver on this team. And as for the defense, we had Nick Bosa and Micah Parsons lead the charge with 16 sacks each. Dude, that edge rush duo is insane. But our first playoff game is going to come in the divisional round against the 9-8 Cincinnati Bengals. Look at our overall compared to their overall, dude. It is insane. First drive is going to end in 7 points. Second drive is going to end in 7 points. Third drive is going to end in 7 points. We're going to blow out the Bengals, as Drake Maye is going to win his first playoff game ever. And we are now going to play the 12-5 Ravens in the conference championship. And if we can win this game, obviously we're going to be headed to the Super Bowl, as the Ravens are going to put up a fight, but we are going to be leading 17-3 headed into the fourth quarter. Yeah, no, the Ravens just didn't stand a chance. As our Super Bowl matchup will be the 15-2 Green Bay Packers. How did they finish with only one less win than us? They don't even have Micah Parsons anymore, dude. How are the Packers actually doing this? Can the Packers actually do it? Can they pull off the upset? Right now they're down 21. Yeah, it does not seem like they're going to be able to do it. Unfortunately for Packers fans, they cannot pull off the most historic upset of all time, as Drake Maye is going to lead the New England Patriots to their first Super Bowl since the Tom Brady era. Is that Drake Maye and Mike Vrabel, or is that Tom Brady and Bill Belichick? That's gonna do it for building Drake Maye a God Squad. If you want to see me do the exact same thing with Jackson Dart, then click right here. Check it out. See you boys in that one.